It begins like a scene from one of Hollywood's most unexpected storylines. A legendary actor, now in his late 80s, posts a simple Valentine's Day message celebrating love. No controversy, no politics, no scandal, just a heartfelt moment shared online. But within hours, the comments explode, not with admiration, but with criticism. The man at the center of it all is Christopher Lloyd, a beloved figure whose career spans generations. And the woman beside him is his wife, Loiacono. What should have been a quiet celebration of love suddenly becomes a public debate about age, relationships, and who society thinks has the right to happiness. Christopher Lloyd is no stranger to public attention. For decades, audiences have watched him bring eccentric, brilliant, and unforgettable characters to life, most famously as Doc Brown in Back to the Future. He represents nostalgia, imagination, and timeless storytelling. So when fans see him today, many still view him through the lens of the roles that defined their childhoods. That emotional connection is powerful, but it also creates expectations. Some people struggle to reconcile the image of a beloved elderly star with the reality that he is still a man capable of love, romance, and personal choices that don't fit neatly into public comfort zones. Lloyd married Loiacono in 2016, making her his fifth wife. Their relationship didn't begin in the spotlight or on a film set. They met through ordinary circumstances when Lisa, a real estate agent, helped him sell property. Over time, conversation turned into companionship, and companionship turned into love. By the time they married, both were fully grown adults with established lives and experiences. Yet the number that dominates the conversation isn't their shared years together. It's the age gap. More than 3 decades separate them. And for many critics, that single detail overshadows everything else. The backlash intensified after Lloyd shared a loving photo and caption celebrating their bond. Instead of focusing on the warmth of the moment, many online reactions fixated on age, questioning motives, fairness, and even legitimacy. Some comments were subtle, others harsh, but the underlying message was clear. Love with a large age difference makes people uncomfortable. For Lloyd, the reaction reportedly came as a shock. What he intended as a personal expression of affection turned into a reminder how unforgiving public opinion can be. This situation opens a much larger conversation about how society views age in relationships. When two younger adults fall in love, age is rarely questioned. But when one partner is significantly older, especially in later life, judgment quickly follows. People begin to speculate, to assume imbalance, or to project their own fears about aging and mortality onto the relationship. In Christopher Lloyd's case, the backlash seems less about his actions and more about how uncomfortable some people feel seeing an older man still actively choosing love and companionship. It's also important to remember that Lloyd's personal life has been long and complex. 5 marriages suggest a man who believes in love deeply enough to try again, even after past relationships didn't last. That alone challenges the idea that romance should have an expiration date. Instead of retreating into isolation, Lloyd chose connection. Instead of living only in memories of the past, he chose to build something in the present. For many, that should be inspiring. Yet for others, it becomes something to criticize. Loiacono, meanwhile, has remained largely out of the spotlight. She is not a Hollywood star chasing fame, nor someone who built her identity around her husband's celebrity. Those who know the couple describe their relationship as grounded and genuine. Still, public perception often ignores nuance. Once a narrative takes hold online, it spreads quickly, simplified into judgment rather than understanding. What makes this backlash particularly striking is how it contrasts with Lloyd's legacy. This is an actor whose work encouraged audiences to imagine the impossible, to believe that time could bend and life could surprise you. And yet, when real life delivers a surprising love story, many people reject it. In a way, the reaction reveals more about societal discomfort than about the couple themselves. There's also an emotional cost to this kind of scrutiny. For someone at Lloyd's stage of life, sharing moments of happiness should not come with a wave of negativity. Insiders suggest that the criticism was hurtful, especially because it targeted something deeply personal. It's a reminder that even icons are human, and that public admiration can quickly turn into public judgment. This story forces us to confront an uncomfortable question. Why do we feel entitled to judge relationships that don't involve us? In the age of social media, the line between public and private has blurred. A single photo can invite millions of opinions, many of them unsolicited and unkind. Christopher Lloyd's experience highlights how easily empathy is lost in online spaces, replaced by assumptions and moral policing. As the conversation continues, one thing becomes clear. This is not just about an age gap marriage. It's about how society views aging, love, and autonomy. It's about whether we allow people, especially older people, the dignity to choose happiness on their own terms. Lloyd's story challenges the idea that romance belongs only to the young or that love must fit a specific timeline to be considered valid. In the end, Christopher Lloyd and Loiacono continue their life together away from the noise, just as they did before the controversy. The backlash may fade, as internet storms usually do, but the questions it raises remain. Perhaps the real takeaway isn't whether people approve of their relationship, but why approval was ever demanded in the first place. Because when all the comments quiet down and the headlines move on, what remains is a simple truth. Love does not ask for permission. It doesn't follow rules set by strangers. And sometimes, the most powerful act is choosing happiness, even when the world is watching and judging.